So I'm just doing some of the McGill Big Three. I'm gonna do bird dogs, and then I'm gonna do side planks, and then those crunch things that I don't know what they're called, but they're hard and they don't look very hard because I tweaked my back the other day. Yeah, I kind of hurt my back a little bit pause deadlifting. What day is it today? September 9th. We're working up to an RP 7 single on squats, and then doing a couple backup sets of 4. I'm also going to be doing some close grip bench because I skipped it the other day. We're kind of doing a slight deload week before moving into the biggest week of training, which is about 2 weeks out from Worlds, where I'll be doing all my heaviest lifts. So I'm just hoping to do this deload week and some physio exercises from my physio Adrian at Mackey Physiotherapy, and we're gonna see if I'm recovered enough to actually hit those weights. The number, so for Worlds actually, I was ranked in the number 2 spot by 2.5 kilos, but the leader in my weight class actually moved up a class. So I'm in the number 1 spot right now. So I'm really hoping that my body holds together in order to be able to pull this off. I still have a shot at some world records in squat and deadlift. I kind of wish my back hadn't did a little snap, crackle, pop the other day when I was deadlifting, but that's life. And I'm still trying for somewhere close to a 500-pound squat and hopefully getting close to a 600-pound deadlift if all goes well. If it doesn't, well, then we'll just see. Doing my physio exercises, like a hip flexor release, and then another stretch. My back actually feels really good, so we'll see if that continues. But it's amazing how you go from feeling like a superhuman, like I was deadlifting 520 pounds for sets of 3, and it honestly felt like an RP 8 or 7, and then the next day just feeling like an old lady, just waking up thinking, ow. I feel a little better now with lots of work from the physio and lots of walking. The more movement you can do, in my opinion, that doesn't hurt, the better. If you have an injury, helps me a lot anyways. Days past my little incident, so I actually feel pretty good. Back pain, I probably actually only rate like a 2 or 3 out of 10 right now, which is nice. It's just more tightness than actual pain. So I'm very lucky. I'm not gonna be working up to the sets I had originally planned last week because especially when you just get an injury or may have an injury, it's important to dial it back at least for a few days, especially right now because it's so close to Worlds. So just warmed up with 70 kg. I'm gonna go to 100 next, and we'll see. you do the math on it though, with my estimated 1 rep max, that's still pretty heavy. So that would be about 195 kilos. I don't know, so that'd be, what'd it be, 420 pounds? Yeah, something like that. So it's not exactly light, but it's light compared to my 1 rep max. So that's why I'm a little anxious about it. I don't know if we'll get all the way there. I'm hoping like 180, 190. I'd be very happy if I could do that relatively pain-free. And then I'll do my backup sets. Hopped outside, take a breath of fresh air, but I always get asked what to do when, or what I do when I injure myself, and if I had 3 pieces of advice to give, one is I strongly recommend seeing a medical professional such as a physiotherapist or a doctor. My physio, Adrian, is great and has helped me through a lot of stuff. The second thing would be you gotta slow it down, take a few days off if you've just injured yourself. I mean, nagging injuries are different, the long-term ones, but for the short term, you gotta take it easy. Don't do anything in a range of motion that hurts. Kind of stay away from that until you see that medical professional. And then the third one for me that's really helped is just to keep moving as much as you can in pain-free ways. Like for back injuries, walking with nothing in your hands or no bags to one side or anything like a purse, just going for walks has been really, really great just to get everything loosened up. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is how to handle it mentally. For me, I don't always handle that very well, especially when it's a high pressure situation like this. Like right now I have a lot of anxiety about it because so much could go wrong now that I have to push my hardest in the next week or so before Worlds, and then anything could happen on the platform because powerlifting injuries can happen very suddenly or something just gets out of place and it could be pretty bad. But I just try not to focus on that. I focus on what I can do to speed up my recovery, like seeing my physio, Adrian, and then not focusing on the worst that could happen, but focusing on what I can fix. It's not as easy as one would think either. Even today, I was just fired up, not feeling like talking at all because I was very anxious about that top single, but thankfully it went well, so I can progress from here. Hopefully move up the weight in a few days. One of those things that you gotta push through and have a little faith, which is not, it's always easier said than done. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and until next time.